Meganium, regional Rockruff, and a baby Drampa pre-evolution. These exciting concepts and more were teased in a series of recent Pokémon Legends ZA leaks, which were shared in the closing week of September on everyone's most trusted source of Pokémon leaks, 4chan. But how much can we trust these leaks? In this video, we will look at and translate the Japanese text seen in the images of these leaks, and we will also have a look at the English text information shared in these series of leaks, which all come from the same user. I mean, I would love Meganium to receive any love after decades of being a meme, but best get your Knackly ready because this grass dinosaur will likely need a whole bunch of salt. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please do like, comment and subscribe. I have a number of recent leak discussion and debunking videos, and as we continue on the path of the eagerly awaited Pokémon Legends ZA, I plan to continue looking at and either debunking or giving some credibility through Japanese translations to any more leaks that grow along that pathway. Additionally, I also have videos discussing Pokemon's relevance and ties to Japanese history and culture, among other topics. With all that being said, let's jump into the analysis. The first leak of this series was published on 4chan on the 24th of September, with the title New Pokémon ZA. The leaker states that there will be a new regional Fire-Steel type Dubwool, sharing a picture of a honestly pretty cool looking Dubwool, with longer horns and a new orange and black color palette. The poster then goes on to say that the Johto and Kalos starters will get Mega Evolutions. For Alligator with the Water Dragon typing, Meganium with the Grass Fairy, and Typhlosion staying as a single Fire type. Next, the poster goes on to say that Scarlet and Violet Skeeter, along with Luca, are returning characters who aid you in investigating power shortages. To finish off this initial post, the poster states that there is no past themes in this game, which I'm guessing implies it runs concurrently or slightly in the future of the current timeline. There is no Japanese text to look at in this original post. However, on the same thread, another user shared what has seemingly been confirmed as an earlier posted but deleted image from the original poster. In this image, we can see the regional Dubwool from a different angle, an outline of a Chloritza, a sprite of Mega Meganium, and our first piece of Japanese text to analyze. So this part of the image shows an item description page from the bag. The item is Meganium Naito. Of course, this would be Meganium Knight in English. A Mega Stone to allow Meganium to Mega Evolve. The description text is fluent perfect Japanese and simply describes the item. I can't find any flaw in the Japanese, but unfortunately in this case, the Japanese being flawless is not enough to make this a credible leak, as the Japanese seen in this image is exactly the same as the Japanese used for the Mega Stone descriptions in the Japanese versions of the XY games. This can easily be searched for, found, then copy and pasted in a quick Google search. Additionally, this text in the image is written completely in hiragana, one of Japan's 3 forms of writing. This is a potential issue for the credibility of this leak, because while it's true that many Pokémon games in the past allowed one to play with only hiragana text, this has not been the case with the more recent games. The next 4chan post of this series is titled Part 3 of the new Pokémon ZA, Rockruff. In the text, the poster says that their source found a Rockruff in a power zone. They go on to say that the Rockruff used the move that translates to Thunderbox, but they don't provide the Japanese name or text. Apparently, the goal is to stay away from Rockruff, in what seems to be a similar fashion to avoiding the Darmanitan in Detective Pikachu 2. The poster goes on to mention Dragalge and Chloritza, which we saw in the outline of the previous image, as well as finding a Zygarde core, and also mentions the overall difficulty. As for the image attached to this post, we can see what looks to be your standard adorable Rockruff, with the addition of a fluffy cloud mane around its neck, likely meant to imply an electric typing. The Japanese text we see in this image reads Iranko, Iranko being Rockruff's Japanese name, Ira meaning stone, Ranko being a childish cute name for a dog, think along the lines of doggy in English, and Ko meaning child. As the name is Iranko, we know that it's a regional form rather than a convergent form. At first, I thought it would be strange for an electric type Rockruff to keep the name Iranko, unless it kept a partial rock typing. But in reality, it doesn't matter at all, since in the past, regional forms have kept their original names despite gaining a new typing that doesn't match at all. For example, Sandshrew, whose Japanese name is literally just Sando, completely losing the ground typing to become an ice steel type. The third and final 4chan post from this series is titled New Pokémon Legends ZA 4. This post starts off talking about a Drampa pre-evolution being in the game, going on to explain while there is no breeding, there are still eggs. The egg for this baby Drampa is supposedly gifted from an old couple, originally from Hoenn, who live in an old house in Lumiel City. Apparently, upon hatching, the baby Drampa still has the dragon normal typing, and only knows the move Baby Doll Eyes. The poster then goes on to say that their source found Mega Stones for Ariados and Noivern. Finally, the poster finishes this post by saying that their source has an early test copy of the game, which isn't yet finished and still has bugs. Looking at the image that goes with this post, at the top middle we see the Megastone image descriptions with the text the same as the one we saw earlier for Mega Meganium. The first one being the Megastone for Noivern, and the second being the Megastone for Ariados. Below this, we see the baby Drampa from the back with the name text box reading Baby Ron. Now, there are problems with this name. The poster clearly wanted to have a name that matches with Drampa's Japanese name, Jijiron. Jiji meaning grandpa, and Long being the name for the Chinese dragon. So let's break down this name. Baby is the Japanese katakana word for baby, and once again, Long is for the Chinese dragon. That's fine, but the problem here is these lines. In Japanese, these lines are used as a sound or vowel extender. Typically, the word Jiji does not have an extender. Pokémon added the extender, likely to make the name sound better and cuter, whereas the word baby does have an extender already. The creator of this leak left the natural extender for baby while adding the additional extender from the Drampa name, meaning that the name presented has two extenders. This just does not work in Japanese, as you cannot double extend a vowel. I treated this explanation on Twitter, and I was later told that the poster commented on this 4chan thread to state that their source said that the Drampa pre-evolution has a different name when sent out to battle, something which is believed to be a typo, with an image attached of only the name bubble text reading Babyon, with only a single extender, making the name much more passable. However, I find it hard to believe such a typo would exist, even in a test version of the game, since when typing in Japanese, adding double extenders to a word would more or less need to be done intentionally. All in all, while there are some aspects of these leaks that I personally like, I am of the belief that all of these are fake. The mistake with the baby Drampa's name is too hard to justify, even though the poster tried their best to do so. And all of the other Japanese used, while correct, would have been easy enough to find then copy and paste. The poster obviously put in some effort, and I myself quite like all of the Pokemon designs seen in the images, so all the credit to the creator. But tell me, what do you think? Do you still think these leaks could be real? Or do you even want these leaks to be real? Let me know in the comments below. But for now, it's time for me to say bye bye, mata ne!